Hey, what's up guys? Welcome to another Vlogmas video. Today we're doing a video that I'm so excited about, and I know you guys are going to be excited about. Black books for the holiday season, perfect for children, Christmas and Kwanzaa books right here. Now, right here I have about 9 books, I have 9 books, but you guys know there are so many others. A couple of these books for younger children are going to take a couple days to read, so if you stretch them out, you're going to have enough books to read to your children throughout this entire season, just with these 9. However, I personally know that there are a few more that are my favorites for this season, and I know that you guys, as people who care about education and about black children, have some other books that are about Christmas and Kwanzaa and the other holidays that children of color are celebrating around the world this month. So what I want you to do is go to my Instagram, send me a message of either the name of the book, and I can just pull a picture off the internet, or send a picture of you or your child with the book or reading the book or something like that. And what I'm going to do, I'm going to post those pictures on my stories, and then I'm going to save them to my highlights. So what you should be able to do is go on my Instagram, and there's a little circle thing with my highlighted videos, and it's going to say Christmas books for children of color, and you can just go click through and see all the different books there. What I'm going to do here is I'm just going to show you these books, and I'm going to briefly talk about them, not too much because I don't want to spoil you, and I have read all of these books, so they're okay, good to go. Now, what order should we start? Let's just start in the one that I just read to my girls last night. This is The Night Before Christmas, and it's obviously the same Night Before Christmas. It's a little bit different, retold by Rachel Isadora. I love her. I love her artwork, and the children absolutely love this story. Take it, just look at the cover. Look at that kente across, and the reason why I really love this book is because it is a book that affirms their African and African American culture without being like, you know, how some of these like new age books can be kind of like preachy or just too explicitly talking about race. And it's just got these little hints, like you've got here Santa Claus, and he's got a little kente belt, and he's got these white dreadlocks, and the children and he have little like hair things in their locks, and even on the reindeer have little African print and car little, you know, things that we associate as African Americans with Africa. They're just all adorned, and we've got kufi hats and we've got scarves, so this is a great one. Definitely pick this up for the kids. And it's so funny because with this book, my girls, sorry, I hope I'm not looking at the screen there. With my girls, they you know, they don't believe in Santa. I've just told them that Santa doesn't exist, but they're still little kids, and so they're kind of just like, oh wait, wow, is this true? Does this really happen? And even though like I specifically monitor the images they see, and I tell them a lot of things explicitly, they're just still like, Santa isn't brown. And I'm just wondering, where in the world did you get this notion from? Obviously from TV that you've been watching, where I'm not around and other people are just letting you watch whatever, or you're looking on, like going to the mall, seeing these white Santas that I don't allow them to visit, but they still have that thing like, oh, Santa is white. So this really got them thinking, especially P-Way being 5. You know, you can teach kids whatever you want about black self-love, but they're also being taught from the world. So you can say Santa doesn't have a color, which is true because he's made up, but the world teaches them Santa does have a color, Santa's white, right? And so especially as they get to this older age, 5 and 6, they're like, who do I believe? So it's really important to me, for me personally, to be like, look, I know you've seen a ton of white Santas, but the thing is that Santa is an imaginary thing, so he's whatever color you want him to be. So if you want Santa to be white, he's going to be white in your mind. If you want him to be black, he's going to be black. So I did share that with them, and I'm going to continue doing that throughout this holiday season. And as we know, it's not just like you tell them once last year and they're good to go. No, they've learned a ton of other stuff since then. I know that you guys all know this book, The 7 Spools of Thread, a Kwanzaa story. And so even for adults, these books are really good, especially this one's for adults who don't know about Kwanzaa. I use this with my students because here's the proverb that this whole thing is about, and the Kwanzaa kind of spirit. Sticks in a bundle are unbreakable, right? And so I was trying to teach my students this, and early in the year with my 3rd graders and 5th graders, I read this book, not just at Kwanzaa time, because it really shows you what this lesson means. And I don't want to spoil it because it's such a great book. but I'll just show you some of the images that are inside it, and it's about 7 boys. So awesome, because you know that sometimes it can be hard to find books like that positively show black boys and black men. It's about their father there. All right, and it just basically shows, you know, it shows how the boys work together to accomplish something awesome and great and amazing and pretty. And there's also tons of activities that go along with this book and other books too that I will link in the description box below. And so while this book doesn't explicitly teach about Kwanzaa itself, it teaches more about the spirit of Kwanzaa. Next, here's another Kwanzaa book, Little Rabbit's Kwanzaa. Super cute for kids of all ages. Make sure you can see that. And the pictures are awesome and amazing, and you know, you're just going to, the little kids are going to be learning about Kwanzaa through this book. There's no color to the kids, so that's sometimes good. What's good for kids of you know, different colors. Very cute. Definitely check out this book. This is one that they can read in one session, so that's great. This one I'd say don't read it in one session unless they are 3rd grade and up, maybe 2nd grade, depending on how they are. Next we've got a favorite, Grace, and you know, Grace is from the series, the Amazing Grace series by Mary Hoffman. And so especially if your kids are already familiar with Grace, this is going to be, it's okay. This is going to be a great book for them because it's just Grace at Christmas. The real reason why I really particularly like this book, and I've liked these before I had kids, but Grace's dad is, I can't remember where he's from. I don't want to just say Ghana. He might be from Ghana, but you know, he lives on the African continent. That's him calling home, and so Grace can't be with her dad at Christmas time. And even though I feel like my girls don't really care, you know, it's just something for children whose kids are whose parents are located on, you know, in other parts of the diaspora, you know, whether it's Jamaica or Cuba or, you know, wherever, Dominican Republic or Nigeria, whatever. It's just like good for them to understand that, oh, there's other kids like me who don't have both of their parents during the holidays. So I love that one. This one, A Pinata in a Pine Tree, is a Latino 12 Days of Christmas story. And you know, the little girl or whatever, little girl who is in this book and all the people are, I don't want to say they're Afro-Latino, but they're brown. And the book is in English and Spanish, and it's basically, you know, good for kids who identify with that Hispanic or Latino culture, as well as for other kids who, you know, I want to teach my kids there are black people all over the world, all different types of black people that speak different types of languages. So this is just a real lighthearted book, and it's just like, on the 7th day of Christmas, my amiga gave to me, and then whatever it is in Spanish. So the kids who already know this tune, if it's familiar to them, they can go through and sing it like that. That's that one. Next, here we have a Christian one with children of color, and it's called Who Built the Stable? A Nativity Poem by Ashley Bryan. Sorry I didn't say the names of the other authors, but I definitely will. We definitely want to respect the authors and illustrators of these books. So I will put that in the description box below, as well as on my Instagram page, and I'll try to tag the authors and illustrators if they have a page as well. So this book is beautiful. Got beautiful colors. Look at the back. So nice. And it just kind of answers the question, who built the stable that Jesus was born in? And when I first saw this, I was like, oh my gosh, I hope it's not like, because I saw like this this brown builder building this stable, and I was like, I hope that they don't make the Christ and Mary and Joseph and the other wise men lighter skinned than the guy who built it. But no, they didn't, thank God. You know, that's why you really have to read these books, guys, before you read them and recommend them. And it actually says too, like, you know, where was Jesus born? Was he born in Italy, Russia, Japan? No, he was born in Bethlehem. And so here are Mary and Joseph right here. So really pretty, right? And here they are with the person who built the stable. So gorgeous pictures. This is definitely one that has, it's a very short book, so you can go through it with any age child in one setting. And so I'm not going to show you the rest because this is awesome. Definitely check this out. Buy it on Amazon or get it from your library. All of these, by the way, were from my local library. I just went into their Christmas section and just got all of the Black books that I saw. Some of them I already knew about, and so I was looking for them specifically, but it's not like there's no Black children's books to read during this time. There's a ton of them. This one is Christmas in the Time of Billy. And, I read this one a little bit ago, but the images are fine and okay. There's a couple of mentions of, African American culture. The girl is this color, which I personally like because myself and Black comes in so many colors, so we don't always need to see Black people as one particular color. And there's her with her grandma. I think it'd be problematic if they were obviously all characters who have lighter skin, but I definitely like to diversify. And the first thing a PUA said to me was like, "Mommy, why did you get all American books?" And when she says American, she means Black, so she's a little bit confused. So I do want to show her like, okay, yeah, they're all books about African American and the African diaspora, but there's so much diversity within us that, like, what can I do? There's just so much diversity here. We've got the Afro-Caribbean, we've got the Afro-Latino, we've got on the African continent, and I wish that we would have more from our people throughout the world. So there's just like so much to learn within our culture that they gotta learn this first, guys. They've got to learn this first. So this book is basically just like a cute Christmas tale, that's all. Nothing heavy or anything like that. It is a longer one, so read it in a couple sessions to any age group unless they're like in the 5th grade or higher. Also, here's another one by Jerry Pinkney, written by Trisha McKissick. Oh, let me just show you guys the book. I read a few by this combination. So his illustrations are awesome. And this one is called The All I'll Ever Want Christmas Doll. And it takes place in the Depression. When I saw that, I was like, oh God, I hope they're not talking about, anything too harsh for kids. But luckily, this illustrator and author combo never disappoint me. Beautiful illustrations, amazing storyline that's got like just enough. It's like she's actually a really good author. It's got like just enough drama so that the kids are like interested in the book, but not too much that it scares them. So I really, really like it. And there is some little bit of drama that goes in here, and I love it. I'll show you one more page. I'm just holding it slanted because of the lighting situation that we have here. So it's cute. I'll read you. It's about a doll, basically. It ends up being about this doll that this girl wants. No, I won't read you the back. You guys have to get it yourself. And then the final one is a classic. It's a favorite of mine, The Nutcracker in Harlem. How pretty. See, if I hold it this way, you can't see it, so I gotta hold it this way. Amazing illustrations here. And that's why these books are great for all ages, because even though I am not going to sit with my 3 and 5-year-old and read them this book, what I'm going to do is take them through the book and I'm going to retell it. So I'm going to read the book myself because it's a very long book. It's very long for their age. So what I can do is I can read maybe 3 or 4 pages to them at one time, and then come back on a different night or a different session. Or what I'll do with books that are kind of like above their heads is I'll just retell them what's going on each page. So for example, this says, it was snowing in Harlem on Christmas Eve. The party at Marie's house swirled with colors, gold and red and green. Mama and Poppy were dancing. Miss Addie sang, and Uncle Cab played the piano. Marie loved the sound of Christmas. Okay, so that page they can probably handle, but then it starts to get kind of long. So, I might, for Mache, just retell it to her, and I might also retell it the first time and then go back through and read them the specific words the second time. So this is just basically the Nutcracker story. It's beautiful. It's amazing. I'll just show you one more page of pictures and you got to go buy it yourself. And the reason why I really do like this book is because my nieces did dance for a really long time, and so every single year during Christmas time, they do the Nutcracker, and so this is a book that really would resonate with them. And also I can go and take my kids to a play, to the Nutcracker show, and then also read them this book. So it becomes sort of magical. So that's it, guys. These books are really, really great. Please let me know if you know other books that are in the same genre. Hit me up. Let's share the information. Let me know how did it go reading these books. Even if you can just get one. You know how like one book can be so powerful for children? Because think about it. When you think about one book for this holiday season, what book do you think of? Think for children. What book is in every single bookstore? The Polar Express. It's one book about one night where a child goes off and gets on a train with other children, and they go to Santa's workshop, and every single teacher in the United States teaches and reads that book during this time. So one book can really make a difference in a child's life. So don't get discouraged because you can't find a whole bunch in your area or because you can't afford to buy all these books. Even if you can just get one, stick with one, make that a routine in your family that every year during this holiday season, you read one of these beautiful and amazing books. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you tomorrow. Bye-bye.